Hi everybody, we are back today on day 20 with Mass Make March 2023. We tackled floating pockets yesterday. I don't remember how many we made, 4 or 5. Today we're tackling tuck spots. This is going to be kind of a quick video. What I want to tackle is this stack of paintings. They're done on some thicker watercolor paper maybe. So I think they'll be easy to make some pretty cool little tuck spots out of. So that's what I'm going to tackle today. For Mass Make March 2023, hosted by Cindy at Studio Lou. And let's jump into it. Essentially, my thought process on this is that I'm just going to make some random tuck spots. I haven't watched Cindy's video, but maybe I don't want to start with this guy. But my thought process is just to cut down some of these pieces and you know, cut them into shapes that work as tuck spots. I'm going to try to go with the more nature or natural looking colors. There's quite a variety in this stack of goods. I guess I'll need to change my blade real quick. Figure that out. I thought I was all ready. You're never as ready as you think you are, though, right? There they are. A little tool to change my blade on this guy. Okay, there we are. Much better. Back to it. Anyway, so my plan is to use some of the more greens and browns and blues, the more nature looking ones, and just make some triangle shaped and just different tuck spots. Do we want to leave that edge kind of torn? Probably not. We're not going to overthink it. We're basically just cutting these up is what we're basically doing today. And calling them tuck spots. That's my plan anyways. I don't have a bunch of these kind of pieces handy. Instead of having to deal with these big, because some of these are really big. I mean, I've torn them down and cut them down to begin with, mainly to help store them because some of them were pretty big pieces. So I'm basically cutting them down even more. Again, these were from I'm not gonna say it's an estate sale because I didn't go to the estate sale. I used to date a guy who would help people move and clean out houses and things like that. And so he was all the time coming up with books and boxes and stuff that people get rid of. And this was a portfolio in one of those. This was an artist portfolio in one of the houses that he cleaned out. And it was cram-packed full of these paintings, and a lot of study material, a lot of notes, things like that. So I feel like he was maybe an art student, and this was like his school portfolio. An adult art student, not like a kid. That's just the feeling I got. So instead of throwing them all away and burning them and, you know, letting them fill the landfill, I said, nope, let me take them, I will do something with them. My initial thought was collage, because they would be great backgrounds for my collage work. And they hung around and they hung around, and I never got around to using them. And so now we are using them. So I'm making a few random squares, and I'm going to cut them down even more into like triangles, things like that, around my corners, and clean them up. So I'm just getting some squares going on right now. Kind of trying to do this assembly line in the roundabout way. I love that little flower right there. Let's see if I can keep him. I hope I'm in screen here. I need to scoot up. I get sidetracked when I'm doing these videos, and I get going in my own little world, and then I remember that I'm here with you guys, and so it's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be showing you guys this. So tuck spots can be made out of a lot of different things. I've made them out of, greeting cards, things like that. You want to have like a heavier stock of paper, so they'll hold, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. I don't, you just want them to not be so flimsy that your paper kind of gets lost in them, if that makes any sense. So I like to do them out of the heavier cards, or like I said, this watercolor paper will be great. I'm going to cut a little bit of this brown off. Or a lot of this brown off. And he's going to end up in our, I guess it could be a tuck spot as well. And I could easily cut these with scissors, but I'm not real great at cutting straight, so. So I gotta rely on the ruler and the blade and the mat. Ruler and the blade and the mat to get me through. And even then, I don't know that I cut them so straight. But straight enough. Straight enough to work for what we're doing. Now I want to kind of, there's a signature on here, and I don't know if I want to save that or what. I'm kind of inclined to even up my edge here. Get rid of that little torn section. And I guess I'll even up. Man, I'm overthinking it, aren't I? Excuse me, I've got the crud this morning. The weather keeps changing here. Some days it's 80 degrees, the next days it's 60. The next day, like I think the high yesterday was 40. So it's messing with everybody's sinuses, and it's hot and it's cold, and you can't figure out how to regulate your temperature in their house. Do you have the heat on? Do you have the heat off? Do you have the air on? It's really kind of insane. So I kind of think I want to get rid of that signature, mainly because you can't read it, and it looks just like some brown blur. And put that in the scraps. Let's trim him up so we see what we're working with. And I'm not doing these any particular size. I'm just cutting them down into squares and rectangles. We're going to try to do 2 layers. Let's see what else is over here in this stack that I can tackle. This one is flowers and nature. Let's start by, chopping him up. I'm going to clean up this edge. And then we'll trim him down, catch all of our color. I'll trim this boring part off. Okay. And we'll chop this guy up, this other piece up, and then get into corner rounding and making our actual tuck spots. I'm doing this video before work, which is kind of different routine, but I woke up early this morning and thought I would go ahead and tackle this because this is an easy prompt. I knew what I was going to do. I knew I was going to. There wasn't very much of a brain drain on this. I knew I was going to essentially cut up these pieces, these paintings. So I thought, yeah, we'll work with it. We'll do it, you know, a quick one before work this morning. So here we are. Doing a quick little video before work. And then tonight, my daughter will be over for dinner, so I can focus on that. And my best friend in Kansas City, oh goodness, has mailed me a couple of boxes of goodies. She's cleaning and destashing her area, and so she's super excited about what she's sending me, and I told her that I would do an unboxing, kind of like a thrift haul, but it'll be a gift haul. So I'll go to the post office today and pick that up, and so tonight I can do that video. You guys can see all the goodies that my bestie sent me. I have no idea what's in there. She's pretty excited about it though. And she says it's some things she's been following along with me on this Mass Make March. And she says it's some things that I can use in the next couple of days. So that should be fun. That should be fun. I think I'm gonna do some scissor work here. I don't know where my big, oh, there they are. So I don't know where my big scissors are. This guy may not like my, may not want to corner around this thick paper. Whoa, there he goes. That's okay. So we'll corner around these down. Some of them, most of them, we're going to corner around. Just because I think they look more finished that way. And, you know, since they're being used as a tuck spot, and I mean, I guess they could also be used as journal cards. You know, we're pretty versatile here. But our goal is for them to be tuck spots. Hopefully that's not too loud and annoying. I'm gonna try, maybe we're gonna try to cut him down. We're gonna try to cut him diagonal. Diagonal cut on a weird shape. Excuse me. He's awfully big. Excuse me again. Maybe we should cut him down. Yep. And we'll have a skinny little tuck spot. I think I'll cut him diagonal as well. And we'll leave his corner straight. You know what, I think I'm gonna, nothing says we can't trim around these guys. I'm gonna use my other scissors though. Again, I like those black scissors, but they tend to give me a weird jagged edge for some reason. I think they're serrated. So, I don't know if that has something to do with them or not. My corner rounder screaming at me. It's telling me to retire me, replace me. Here comes somebody else to do your dirty work. This one's kind of big as well, but I'm going to leave it. And, you know, when it comes time to using it, I'll make it appropriate. This one I left the edge kind of jagged. This one's another big one as well. Again, when it comes time to use it, I'll figure out where it fits most appropriately. Give that a little bit of dimension. Okay. And this last guy, he's little, but we're going to cut him diagonally as well. And keep his corners straight. So, I think we're going to call that done for day. Excuse me. Let's see what we came up with. All my stuff out of the way. Okay. So we come up with 2 little corner guys. Another 2 little corner guys out of this piece. A couple of squares. This one we kind of give some little dimension. These 2 big guys, excuse me, a little square, a little long brown one, a little dimension on that one, 2 large triangles out of this one, another little long one. I think these turned out really pretty using these paintings, because they lend themselves to a lot of things. Nature or floral or even vintage, because these are vintage paintings per se. I mean, they were done in the 1980s. So, yeah, I like how these flowers really we captured the flowers in those, the little daffodils. And so, yeah, I don't know how many were there, but we certainly got quite a few done. Sorry for the reach over. Get my paper back. So that concludes us for tuck spots for today. Like I said, I knew it was going to be pretty simple. You know, you can decorate them, add more to them, you know, get really fancy with them if you want. There's no rules here, so we just kind of do what we want. So thank you for joining for day 20 of Mass Make March 2023. Again, hosted by Cindy at Studio Lou. If you are creating along with this challenge, be sure you're tagging your creations and your videos and your social media posts with the Mass Make March 2023. We are almost through the month. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm making lots of stuff and having a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are joining along with us. I will see you tomorrow for CD envelopes. I have a couple of those tucked away. I'm going to have to watch Cindy's on that to see exactly what she does with them. I would assume that, you know, your CD envelopes have the little circle acetate in them, and you can decorate around them and use them as flip outs and things like that. So that's my thought process on them, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. Anyways, thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow.